Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how I do my faux moonstone. People have asked if I could try and do it, and I have tried to do it, and it's quite simple really. I'm keeping it simple anyway, but anyway, I've got some Cernit rolled out onto a number 3 on my 150 Atlas pasta machine, third 0 being the thickest setting. So, you know, middle of the road thickness. Well, not quite middle of the road, but almost. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 squares cut out of equal size. I just used a square cutter to do that. Alright, so I want 2 pieces just left as pure trans. But then I want to tint these other ones with different colours of mica powder. So I've got some blue, I've got some purple, I've got some gold, and I've got some white. And that's all you really need other than a blade and a brush. So like I say, these two are going to stay trans. Now, as with any stone, there's always a variation in saturation of colour, different colours as well. Moonstone isn't always, I suppose this is what you consider a rainbow moonstone. But there are other colours as well, but I'm going with that more bluey purpley colour. But I want more blue than I do the other colours. So I'm going to do 2 squares of blue mica powder. So I'm just going to brush that on this one and this one. Now I'm not oversaturating it because it's a very subtle sheen that comes through on the stones. Okay, so they're going to go and get mixed up. So I'll do that off camera, but that's got to be mixed together. And then I want to do just 1 square with the purple. Just clean my brush off. So just 1 square with the purple. Like so. And that'll get mixed in. 1 square of gold. And 1 square of the white. As easy as that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go mix all the colours into the clay, and then I'm going to roll those pieces out onto my second thinnest setting, which is a number 8. And when I've done that, I will be back. I've mixed the colours into the clay, and I've rolled onto a number 8, so it's really thin. Okay, I'm just going to start off with a base of translucent. Now you don't have to be neat and tidy about this, but I'm just going to start with the blue, and I'm going to tear little strips off and just place it randomly onto that base, like so. Oops. I've done this about 5 different ways, and the last way that I did it I like the best, so I'm trying to remember how I did it, because when you do several experiments with one thing, it's like your head gets a bit fuzzy and jumbled up. So yeah, so just layer up the blue little strips, and then I'm going with the translucent with the mica powder, and you're just tearing strips. It doesn't have to be perfect, and I'm just layering that on top of the blue, again in a random fashion. And I think I'm going to stop there with that. No, I'm going to add a little bit of gold. I don't suppose it matters too much in what order you lay them, but I've found that if you do it like this, as I'm showing you now, and then take the blue and add a full strip of that on the top, that's the way I thought looked the best. So I'm just going to cut that away, and you can see you really don't need a lot of clay. Obviously if you wanted to make more, then make more. Alright, so when you've put the blue layer on top, that's when you need to get your blade and do the little cuts all the way through. Some moonstone looks completely smooth and really not that much fracture in it, but the one that I saw and liked, it had quite a few fractures in it, so that's what I'm going with. Alright, so that's the blue. Now I'm going to take some of the purple and same thing, just little random strips, but I don't want as much purple. Again, the stone that I looked at had more blue, but you can vary it as much as you know, in different ways as much as you want, so it's just the way I'm doing it. But again, just tearing off little strips and placing them randomly on there, and I am going to add a little bit more blue on top of that, and it is very random and very easy. And then I'm just going to get a little more gold, because I do want a hint of gold showing through. Again, the picture I looked at had little bits of gold peeping through, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, and then again with the blue, whoops, I might need to roll some more blue out, we'll see how we get on, but again with a full blue sheet on top. And I'm not making a huge stack, as you can see, because I've already practiced this so many times, and I've used so much clay trying to figure it out. And the ways I did it, they were all pretty similar, but this was just tweaked, so I was actually happier with it. Okay, now I think what I'm going to do as well is now add a full layer of the white mica powder in with the clay, like so. And again, I'm going to cut blunt side down, by the way. Give this a little bit of a roll just to close it back up a little bit. Okay, and same thing again, we'll just continue to tear off strips and place them randomly. Let's have a little more blue on this one. A little bit of purple, like so. Oops. A little bit more gold, just a touch, and I think I'm good. I don't think I'm going to do, probably not going to use all of this actually, but it's there for if I want to make it again. And I'm just going to use up the rest of the white. Okay, and then the last piece of the blue is a full sheet, or as full as you can get it, and it doesn't matter if it's a little bit patched. Okay, so that's all the clay I'm actually going to use, so there is a little bit left over, but like I say, I'm doing a very small stack. So I'm going to cut one more time into the blue. Give it a quick roll to close it up. Try and get it a bit squarer and add this final piece of trans on the top, like so. And then another cut. Now you can do the cuts far apart or narrower, or you can do loads of little close ones together, whatever. Give this a roll. And then what I'm going to do is flip it over on the other side, and you can see the cuts have gone all the way through, which is what you need to do. But I'm going to cut through on this side as well. and roll to close back up. And it's as simple as that. As you can see, this is a very small block, but that's all you need to do, guys. So you start off with a base of trans, little strips of the different colours, and then top with a full sheet of blue, and then carry on in that same fashion all through the block. Now you can do this one of two ways. You could roll this out thinner, cut in half and restack, and that way you're going to get all the colours going through as is already stacked, if that makes sense. I don't want to do that. I want to keep it so every slice you get a little bit of a different look, different variations of not variations, the different colours as you go down. I don't want it as consistent as if you were to roll it out and then restack it. I hope that makes sense. So I want to be surprised by each slice. Like with any stone, they all come out differently. So I've got myself some more translucent clay rolled onto a number 1 for a backing, or you could use moulds if you wanted to. I'm doing cutters today. And this is going to be a very quick video, guys, which is good in some ways, I guess. And then just take your flexible blade and then take very thin slices. Now obviously the top layer is just going to be more trans because it's the top layer. But as you go down, you're going to pick up some of the other colours, like so. And what I like to do is, and then you just place them on your backing sheet, but what I like to do is get several pieces cut. So I'll do that and then pick and choose how I want to lay them out on my backing clay. So now you see we're getting through to a lot of that blue because there was a lot of blue in that area. With just the little hints of gold, etc. poking through. So I'm just going to keep slicing down. Oops. And now we get into that bottom layer of trans, so we're going to get more translucent poking through now. I actually think I might have overdone it on the blue, to be fair, guys, when I tore off the little strips, but we'll see. We'll see how it comes out. But you've got this trans now, so you can kind of mix and match. Whoops. And that's it. So, that being said, like I say, there is a lot of blue in this, which I don't know, we'll see. So I'm just going to randomly place bits that I like onto the backing sheets. I prefer it with less colour, but you can go with the busier pieces if you want to. Or, like I say, you can roll and restack, and then you'll get a more consistent range of colours. I hope I'm making sense when I say that. I know what I mean, but I'm probably not explaining it very well. This is more random doing it this way. So I'm literally just placing it wherever on the stack, on the backing rather. Just wherever. And obviously you can turn it over to see which side you like the best. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Now I'm just going to give it a good roll so it's all nice and smooth. And that also stretches the pattern out a little bit, which actually helps make it look less busy. It's all on you how busy you like it. I prefer it less busy. That's just my personal taste. I'm just going to grab some paper. Just one sheet will do. And give it a good old burnish. Just want to make sure it's completely smooth. I love this for burnishing, and this will be listed in my Amazon storefront, which is linked in the description. Okay, let's have a look at this. Just going to give it a little bit of a stretch. Okay, so that's perfectly smooth. So now I'm just going to get some cutters and cut out my shapes. And I thought I'd got them ready to go, but I guess I didn't. Where is the one that I want? I'm so disorganised. Alright, I'm going to go with this one, and let's go with some matching earrings. Whoops. And I might as well cut out another pendant as well, seeing as this turned out to be quite a large sheet. I'll see if I can find the one I'm looking for. Don't know where it is. Never mind. I'll just do this. Alright, so I've got my cutters, and I'm going to pick a bit that I really like. That looks good to me. Block. Give it a little wiggle. Make sure it's cut all the way through. And a couple of little earrings. Let's go with a little bit of trans on the end of it, just because. And then I want them to look similar-ish. So let's go there. I wish I could find that other cutter. What the heck did I do with it? Let's just go with some more earrings. Yeah, why not? So again, just place where you think looks good. Another wiggle. Whoops. I'll just put that on my piece of paper. And then let's go. Let's go here. So I've still got all this left that I can play with, but I'm just going to do that on camera. I can just make some more later. Alright, so it's as easy as that, guys. It's just a case of baking it now, but these pieces will need to be resined because you want to give it that shiny look. Whoops, and I got that a bit distorted. Let me cut out another one. I'll faff around with that other one later. Let's just cut another one out. Okay, so I will use this, but I'm going to have to faff with it for a little bit because I distorted it. Okay, whoops. So they're all ready to be baked, but I'm just going to give them a little bit of a wipe down first. So I'm going to get a wet wipe, some rubbing alcohol, and just give them a little wipe down so they're nice and clean. Like that bit's got something in there. Try and get that out. Alright guys, so they're going to go in the oven, I'm going to sand the edges so they're nice and smooth, and then I'm going to resin them, and then I'll be back. Okay guys, I've finished them. I'll just show you all the ones that I've made, well the ones that I've finished anyway. So this is from the stack that I made today. Now hang on 1 second, and I also did this one from that stack today. Now there's a lot of blue in it like I thought there would be, so I mean some of the Moonstone does have more blue in it, but I'm not 100% happy with these because there is so much blue in them. So if you don't want that much blue, let me just show you another one that I did, like this one. This one to me looks more like Moonstone. Now I did it exactly the same way, no different, but I think when you're tearing the strips off, don't put as many blue bits in and maybe add more of the other colours, if that makes sense. So you just really need to play around with it. They always come out a little bit different. Here's some more that I did, and that's like very subtle colour, very subtle, but I prefer, that's my preference though. So there's those, and that one which obviously I've not finished, and then here's another one that I did, and I just added a really pretty pinch belt and a chain. So there's that one, again more subtle in colours. So when you're taking the slices off, you can play around and lay them on your backing clay however you see fit. So that's what I did with this one, and I deliberately kept it more like this with less colour in it. So it is just a question of playing around, but you can really see those really nice fractures in there, look, and there's just a little shimmer of colour coming through. And then these I haven't finished, but these will be earrings at some point. Again, more subtle, that's just my preference. This one a little bit more blue, but there's still some of that purple and gold coming through, and again there's some really nice fractures on that one. So like I say, not 100%. I mean, they're still nice, they just don't really look, in my opinion, as authentic as these ones do, but that's just my opinion. You might like them that way. They have got some amazing fractures in them, and there is little hints of the purple and the gold. I think I just went overboard with the blue and didn't add quite as much of the other colours. So like I say, you have to play around with it and see what you can come up with, but the technique stays the same regardless of how many colours you put in it, whatever. Alright guys, I hope that was useful, and thank you for watching. I'll catch you later. Bye.